Hey there, little dreamers! Have you ever wondered what adventures await when the stars come out? Well, tonight, we're going to follow the delightful Mrs. Brown the Duck, the star of our story. She's all set to embark on a starlit adventure that's filled with magic, friendship, and a sprinkle of courage. Get cozy, because this tale is just about to begin. One beautiful evening, as Mrs. Brown waddled around her favorite pond, she looked up to see the stars twinkling like diamonds in the sky. But wait! Something seemed off. The magical starlight that usually lit up her pond was fading. Oh no! Mrs. Brown felt a flutter of worry in her heart. She knew that if the starlight disappeared completely, all her friends would be sad. So, she took a deep breath and decided she must find a way to bring back the magic. After all, a pond without starlight just wouldn't be the same. She gathered her courage and set off on her adventure, determined to restore the twinkle in the night sky for everyone who called the pond home. As Mrs. Brown waddled along the shimmering path by the water's edge, she met some enchanting characters who offered to help her on her quest. First, she encountered Oliver the Owl, who perched high on a tree branch. What troubles you, dear duck?" he asked. Mrs. Brown explained the fading starlight, and Oliver fluffed his feathers thoughtfully. "You need the magic of friendship," he hooted. Together, they ventured further and soon found Bella the bunny, who was hopping around, collecting moonflowers. "Oh, I'd love to help!" Bella exclaimed. She knew the secret to gathering all the moonlight they could find. Soon, their little group grew as they met Gary the gopher, who had a knack for digging deep into the earth. "Let's dig a special place to catch the starlight," he suggested, and everyone cheered. With teamwork, they laughed, shared stories, and worked hard to create a cozy nook for the starlight to shine brightly again. Along the way, they learned how important it was to support one another and how the bonds of friendship could make any challenge seem a little less daunting. Finally, after a long and joyful journey, Mrs. Brown and her friends reached the top of a hill where they could see the stars up close. It was breathtaking, but they still needed to find the source of the fading starlight. Just then, Mrs. Brown spotted a shimmering crystal hidden among the rocks. As she approached it, she felt a warm, glowing energy emanating from the crystal. With her heart pounding, she realized that the crystal was the source of the starlight. In that moment, Mrs. Brown remembered Oliver's words about the magic of friendship. She held the crystal tightly and whispered, "With belief and kindness, we can bring back the magic." The crystal began to glow brighter and brighter, and suddenly, the stars above twinkled to life. It was a dazzling display of light, and Mrs. Brown understood that when they all believed in each other and worked together, they could overcome any obstacle. As the starlight illuminated the pond once more, Mrs. Brown and her friends danced and celebrated their victory. They had learned that friendship and teamwork could make even the darkest of nights bright again. So, they all vowed to cherish their friendship and always look out for one another. Mrs. Brown felt so grateful for her friends and the magical adventure they shared that night. And that's the end of our starlit adventure with Mrs. Brown the Duck. What was your favorite part of the story? Share it with us in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more magical bedtime stories. Sweet dreams, little ones.